right, it is August 30th, 2019. Yay, a long weekend. All right, today we are multiplying radicals. And the nice thing is that multiplying is easy. So most of these are pretty easy. So here we go. This is it for today. Example 1. Multiply and express the results in simplest radical form. Simplest radical form means that you've pulled out any perfect squares that you can, or any perfect cubes that you can. That is simplified on the inside of the radical. That's called the radicand. The inside of the radical is simplified as much as possible. If there are variables, we're just going to assume that they're non-negative real numbers. We're going to do what it says today. Multiplying radicals is super easy. So our first problem here, 2 radical 2 times the quantity 4 radical 3 minus 5 radical 6.
She told us to write out the unit points for this one. 180 points.
She's like, you're happy with that. That's sorry, man. I don't know how many times I said you must write example 1 in the directions, like every day for the first 2 weeks.
The first 2 weeks.
I'm just gonna give you my notebook one day.
All right, here we go. What do I need to do with this 2 radical 2? Distribute it. Very good. Super easy. So we can multiply together regular numbers, and we can multiply together totally radical numbers. Okay? So here I'm going to multiply together 4 times 2 and get 8. And I'm going to multiply together radical 2 times radical 3 and get radical 6. For real. This is rough. We're just multiplying regular Joe numbers together and totally radical awesome numbers together. That's it. 2 times 4. Radical 2 times radical 3 is radical 6. We're multiplying.
Yeah, that's
all right, and now we're going to multiply radical 2 radical 2 times negative 5 radical 6. Negative 10 radical 12. All right, that was easy. So we need to make sure that we've simplified every radical. Are there any pairs in radical 6? No pairs in there. What about 12?
Yes.
Yeah, 12 is 3 times 4. And what's the square root of 4? 2. So a 2 gets to come out and multiply with the 10. All right. 8 radical 6 minus 20 radical 3. Yeah, the 3 staying underneath. That 12 became 3 times 4. That is simplest radical form. Can I add these radicals together? No, they're not like radicals. All right.
Oh, I knew I did it right.
Oh, you thought I was done before? That's it?
Huh?
Did you think I was done?
Like on the thing yesterday, I felt like I was doing everything wrong.
Okay. All right. Letter B. What do we need to do when we have a binomial times a binomial? Distribute or FOIL, if you will. So first times first is radical 25. Okay, which will simplify. We'll do that next. And then the outside is negative radical 10. Very good. Yeah. The inside is what? Positive radical 10. Very good. And last times last is Negative radical 4. Now we can clean it up. What is the square root of 25? 5. What happens with negative radical 10 and positive radical 10? 0. And what is negative square root of 4? Negative 2. And this is 3. Nice. It's going to be a real big brain stretch today. Okay. All right. Same idea. First times first. 2 radical 2 times 3 radical 2 is 6 radical 4. Yes, we'll clean it up in just a minute. 2 radical 2 times 5 radical 7 is 10 radical 14. Negative radical 7 times 3 radical 2 is negative 3 radical 14. And then negative radical 7 times 5 radical 7, radical 49. Very good. Negative 5 radical 49. Good. What happens with 6 times the square root of 4? It becomes 12. Square root of 4 is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. What happens with 10 radical 14 minus 3 radical 14? 7 radical 14s. Can I simplify radical 14 at all? No. 7 times 2, no pairs in there. Doesn't simplify. All right. And then tell me about negative 5 radical 49. Negative 35. So it becomes negative 5 times 7, which is negative 35. And then what can I do? The 12 and the negative 35 can combine to become negative 23. Is it 23? Yeah. Okay. Can I do anything else? Is negative 23 and 7 like negative 16 or something? No, these are not like terms, so you can't go any further. This is as simple as it gets.
Oh.
As simple as it gets. There are no pairs in there that I can simplify. This is it, folks. Do you have any questions for me? That's it.
Oh my God.
Oh, 7 minutes and 53 seconds. How about that?
I feel like this is too good to be true. There's gonna be some.
Happy Friday.